This is Investor Ideas, and we're here at Money 2020 in 2015 in Las Vegas at the Venetian Hotel. Money 2020 is one of the largest events covering payments and financial services innovation. And what better place to host this than Las Vegas? So if you want to have some insight into the future of money, from mobile payments to biometrics to Bitcoin, this is the place to be.
You have an exit fare that you have to pay. There were a lot of warnings around making sure that your phone was charged before you used Apple Pay to make that exit fare payment. Or if you didn't, you have to pay the full fare. Maybe you'd have to pay a penalty. And so this is just, again, a challenge that maybe nanotechnology will help with, maybe wireless charging will help with. But right now, it's still an issue for total wallet replacement. And so let's go back to the future for just a minute to close out here. This is our full forecast for users for up to 2019. And so again, 2016, we really expect that's going to be the big year for growth, 61.8% growth. But there's going to be continued steady growth throughout the rest of the forecast period, so that by 2019, there will be close to 70 million people in the US using mobile payments at the point of sale at least once every 6 months. That equates to around 3 in 10 smartphone users. And that, if you look at how that translates to our mobile payments forecast, by 2019, $210 billion will be spent using mobile payments in the US. And again, 2016, this is the big growth year that we're projecting. But if you look 2016 to 2017, transaction values will more than double. 2017 to 2018, they'll close to double again. In 2018 to 2019, again, close to doubling. But as you get these bigger bases, it becomes harder and harder to keep up with these tremendous growth rates that we're seeing. But again, this is very robust growth that we're projecting for mobile payments in the US. And I want to put some of these numbers in context as well. If we look at US smartphone users, that population is going to be over 235 million people using smartphones in the US by 2019, according to eMarketer estimates. And that's why you don't see a larger penetration rate for mobile payments, because as mobile payments is growing, so is smartphone usage. And that's why only 3 in 10 smartphone users will be mobile payment users. And if we look at buyers on smartphones, this is essentially people who are using mobile commerce on their smartphones. That population is actually going to be bigger than mobile payment users by 2019. But what's interesting is that if you compare retail m-commerce sales in the US to US mobile payment transaction values, US mobile payment transaction values are actually going to exceed retail m-commerce sales in 2019. And this is really interesting, because if you think about just the total retail sales that happen in the US, our estimates say that by 2019, around 10% of total retail sales in the US will be from e-commerce. Only 2.7% will be from m-commerce. And if you look at mobile payments, this really speaks to the fact that mobile payments bridges the digital and physical divide, right? There's still a ton of buying that's done at retail brick and mortar stores, and mobile payments really bridges that gap.